Welcome back, fellow armchair generals. This is Gamer 1745 here with another episode of my training for the upcoming live stream multiplayer session on January 13th. Sponsored or not sponsored, hosted by the BICE devs. They're going to do some live talk and whatever. I'm not exactly sure on all of the details, but you'll see when it's on and whatnot. But we're going to be playing a live stream, and I am signed up to play as Germany. Yay, get to get my butt kicked. Everybody in the world's going to jump on Germany, you know. Canada's going to like, hey, yeah, we're going to, you know, take out Germany as soon and as fast as possible, because that's the goal of the game, kill Germany. And we're going to play this with little or no pausing again. And yes, we did do, what was it, 2 episodes before, but they've released a new version of Black Ice 2 in the same holiday break period time. Now I'm hoping, very hopeful, between now and then there won't be any new versions of any significance. I say that meaning that save game compatibility. Sometimes they can just kick out a couple of files that, you know, fix a bug that, you know, is not anything significant to changing of the game, and the save game would be compatible, though the bug might itself be significant. Okay, so we're going to try this now. And what I've done is, this time, because I don't know exactly how we're starting, and I'm not used to playing multiplayer, so that's the training part of this, and I hope you will enjoy watching it. And again, if you haven't already, subscribe to the channel. But the real thing I was sort of breaking to say is, post tips, suggestions, ideas. Even if you're watching this, well, sometime before, preferably January 13th. That's a Saturday. You can always post tips, even though it won't help maybe immediately here, but it'll help for you know, the playthrough. So we're going to start at speed 4. Okay, nice. Well, no. Okay, so I wrote down the national focuses that I wanted to follow in order. Well, we're going to start out with these, I think, just to get a little bit more for trading. Now let's come over here. Again, I gotta remember green means what we gotta research. It's changed in this, and yes, we want more excavation. Well, like I say, got planned to get some bonuses on doctrines, but those are things I want to research. Paratroopers, I think we're staying away from. Luftwaffe doctrine, well, we'll start with one of those, because it'll be a while before we get to some of that, much of that. Well, we'll do this shortly. Maybe we should be doing that first. Aircraft. Well, we need to research that, so we'll do that. Oh. I don't know. Still confused here. Let's make sure we get things like these that I can do without running into too many needed resources. And I don't know if I'll have time to pre-set up. We want to move that to the bottom. And that to the bottom. Just complete these things. Yes, I gotta remember to change that. I think the autosave. Okay, let's do machine guns here. Well, do an SS uniform, and I think we also want to do a submachine gun. I don't know that we had submachine guns up here. I know we didn't have SS uniforms, so let's get those. Let's come over here. Rubber. Who do we want to trade rubber with? Let's do French Indochina. Maybe that'll end up being going to Japan. Yes, we want that. And here, let's do Iran. Yes. I want to come over here. I know we're wasting. I need to figure some of this out yet, but for Luftwaffe, no. So entering the Rhineland. So then we want to go. We remilitarized the Rhineland. We want to go to the Kriegsmarine. I think it's just 29 days. So yes, we will do some fighter research. Get those going, and let's do that and that, just to get some of the basics going and out of the way. We still have one more. Okay. That's again silly. Yes. Oh. I just want you to plow through those all as fast as you can. Oh, come on. I do need a new system. Going to be getting one sometime. Okay, well, now here, let's economic ministers, and we want to do here. Some of this I know fairly well. Okay, and let's get training some divisions. So we're going to train, and just get some of these guys up in training, and let's train a Panzer division. When I talked to them, they said for peace, speed 4, war, speed 3, though that's subject to change, but that's what I'm trying to train as. wanted to do this because it gives us 3 dockyards. Yep, and then we want to come over here and do over commando. And what we want to do next is, and it's in April, towards the end is the 4-year plan is the next. And get that done, started. Yeah, well, the machine guns, light infantry, they don't have, but we will need those. Oh, we need mountain artillery and mountain warfare equipment. Okay. Artillery, one factory. Once we get a couple of more military ICs built, as we are going to very soon. You will be able to watch me stream my game live, and you will be able to watch their stream, and I believe, well, there's a bunch of other YouTubers, streamers, I think just about everybody who's playing is one of those, on one scale or another. Yes, because that helps land doctrine speed time. Get that early. So you'll be able to watch the overall stream. I think they'll be commenting on things and jumping around. And of course, you'll be, like I was saying, if the others are streaming it live, you'll be able to watch theirs. Once I get that information, and I assume at least a few days in advance from the other streamers, I'll include that information as well in some of the more to-date posts. Okay, good. Now, are we no, but we're gonna wait. Okay, let's just wait here 2 more days, 22nd. There we go. Timed that out very well. Okay, now here. Yes, we want to do that. Get the foundations going good. Foundations are very important. Because if you're going to do any of this, you do this earlier because it helps everything else. I'm not that worried because these are just sort of the base models that I want to get to producing to sort of fill the reserves. When we get to better quality stuff, then we'll be hopefully have, you know, air companies and that kind of thing to better enhance the designs. Don't know if there's going to be any house rules, but generally, of course, the game is set up so that not everyone can declare war against Germany in 1936 or something, you know, their world tension and whatnot. So we'll see how well that goes. I'm going to do my part and to try to, through the, you know, get Austria, Sudetenland, and that kind of thing, to not rise world tension up fast by like invading Denmark or other sorts of shenanigans. And then here we want to do the Oberkommando Luftwaffe here, which will get us some heavy aircraft factories. And then we'll be back for resources in a while. resources. Oh, okay, unassigned division, yes we know. Outdated equipment in production. Oh, those destroyers, sure, we know about those. Insufficient resources, oil by 1, I don't care about 1. It would be best to have everything fully done, but 1 is no problem. Yes, you get to hear me talk, but I'm not going to be pausing and chatting about things here too much, so different experience for you all. I do have a, haven't made any episodes yet, but I do have a new game that I think many of you will want to watch played. And I think probably a little after this episode's out, we'll be starting that as well as other things. So we're still going to continue with Strategic Command and everything else. It just added more, which Death of General Vaver. Obviously, you know, I have a limited amount of time, and like I've been playing this other game, you know, off camera, learning it to do it reasonably well. So I got to put time in on this stuff, and so I can only do so much. So it means sort of like the Strategic Command is, you know, obviously, as you know, that's not a, you know, a daily game. Trying to keep that to being a Harris Doctrine. I want to do that next. It's 14 days. Is, you know, it's been about 2 days a week, you know, for the Strategic Command. And that's sort of what some of these other things are going to be. They're going to be intermittent, you know, in that hopefully keep going, hopefully have enough coming out that is of interest to keep your, you know, keep your interest going, but not a daily thing. Okay, approved because of the national focus. We got out more of those factories, which helps production. But now we're, so I have, what is it, 4 civil factories that are used for import specifically, I think. Okay, now resources. That's this one here. Get resources, which will help considerably. And at least on the oil, I think it should reduce our, or just allow expansion into other things. Like tanks and aircraft. I specifically did not want to start producing in large numbers. Let's, I'm going to keep that. Okay. Now let's come over here, and this is why I waited, so that we can get this done at half the time. The Stuka. Okay, we're not yet ready for that. We haven't got. Let's get Panzer into research and Panzer 4. The one that does industrial research best, this one, because that's good too, but that will help out with these particularly. Declared war. I'm not going to bother with. Don't if I can pause, you know, do a lot of pausing, I would happily send down some units to fight there, but... And I just don't think I have enough production that I want to send. You know, there's good reasons to send Lend-Lease to get some benefit from it, but I don't know. I'm still just trying to dig a bit out of the hole here. How are we currently doing on those fighters? Probably should see about updating them, yeah. That's sort of the problem as it drops down to there. Not a big problem, but a thing still. Turkish Straits question. Size average. The submarines and whatnot are getting deployed. Excavations, good. We need to resource and disperse industry, good. It's going to be exciting for me to play against somebody other than the AI and see how well that goes, and that should be really good. I hope it'll be interesting for you, whether I win or lose, because obviously somebody will be winning, and you can jump over to their stream. And oh, just in case, just to let you know, I will be recording my version of it, and I presume other YouTuber types will be recording their version, you know, their game as well. So if you're unavailable to see it live, you'll be able to watch it, you know, at other times on YouTube. So don't worry if you go their time of day, 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. I think it's 15 GMT. So if you can't make that, or the day, or whatever, no worries, just catch it when you can. Should be fascinating. Putting military factories. Well, no template for, yes. That, well, what do we need more of? Well, let's do some more Panzer IIs and Panzer IIIs. Or Panzer Is, I should say. Okay. Up to the top. Panzer IIs. Panzer Is. And we're going to do 2 more fighters. So we get it. Okay, resources, then we want to go to Achtung Panzer. That's about as far as I got on my planned list. As you watch, if you watch the previous, oh, we want to cut back. Cut back on oil. More factors here. If you watch the last version of this. I was really sort of a loss of what to do with the new national focus tree, what to do next kind of thing. What was the best? So I sort of worked it out to some degree. Let's come over and do measure smart when we get to next. Thing. And then yes, eventually we will get better tanks and we'll have designer, or we may have a designer by the time before we get done with that. We're cranking through this pretty quick. Sign off, no deal. Army's getting larger. We need insufficient resources. Okay, and I'm not worried about one. Starting to get more than 4 or something. I definitely am, you know, wanting to trade balance that out if I have reasonable access to trade without getting ships sunk, kind of thing. Okay, Octoon Panzer. Like I said, that's about as far as I got. Anti-commentary pack, 9 days. Benefit to me, 9 days delay on something else. It can't be too significant. We might jump through the SS ones next. Some of those out. Yes, we'll create all these units. And I am sort of prepared for that. That's why we are building up a lot of these. Okay, we need more artillery, more infantry guns, more regular stuff even. So, okay, anti-commentary pack, good. Yeah, let's do this. No, I don't want to do this. I want to do this. 9 days, okay. That'll give me a chance, hopefully, to set up some other of these, and we will do bomber workshops. Okay, national focus, right. We want to do that one, I think. Yes. Honestly, we want to do that. It's awfully early. We're going to do that in 36. We'll push this up a little bit, but I don't think much. That one takes a while, obviously, compared to some of the ones we have been doing, but I think it's worth it. Once we get that done, March Audubon, maybe. 70, 16 days, that would be, 16 days is most assuredly worth it. And it might be into the new year, so then we could do the that's also sort of worth it to get that extra research slot too. This is also, that's worth the 7 days. We'll do that next. Tank models, we want to do, which one helps all the, there we go. We're going to go with that one, I think. May not be the best choice. The Nibelungen works helps so the Panzer 2s and 3s and 4s. That's what we're going to be building for a while. And all you have to do is have that active by the time it completes it to get the benefit of that. Obviously, as you're going through the production, having the research time benefit would have been nicer, but what is it? You know, minus 10% armor research time. Okay, yes, we want to do this. And we get Anschluss. Workshops, truck workshops. And great. Great. Or no, 7 days, go for it. There's Hitler medals, but then there's also the Burkhoff HQ, which counterbalances that back out. Okay, first I want to get some of the more of these into production. Okay. And we get a bunch more here, so let's come here, find the rifles. funding those. Very hot, okay. We got a lot to do, I know. Let's come up here. I think we can do this, can't we? Yes. I want to get this going. What are we in need of? Okay, well, most of that. Well, let's see what we're in need of is production. Are a couple of those, a couple more of those factories in use, and maybe not as important as I'm thinking, but the flying boats, that is. That looks good. Okay, well, we're just going to put them to... I hate that you're popping up in front of me. And so we need... more oil. And a lot more rubber. Okay. So now, yes, we went through all of our research there. Let's come over here and here, yeah, 37. Here. Here first. There. There. Now, we've got those. No, I don't have time. Yes, well, that's in your time. We want to do that. No, not yet. We want to do this. 25%. Saving time. Researching that. And here, material designer, motors, artillery, or oh, these small arms, I don't know. Okay, we're doing pretty well on much of the production, but we see we only have like 35 rifles to spare. If I trained any of my troops, they'd burn through that very quickly, and we're trying to catch up on infantry guns and artillery pieces, but infantry guns are pretty bad. Assigned divisions, of course. No templates for the submachine guns yet. Light tanks. Oh, that's right. What we need to do is find where is it? Where is it? It's here. Is this it? No, that's Hungary's. Where's the Schnell? Oh, here it is. We need to let's just do it on the 36 basic. So that's what we have all of our things for. Right. So we won't be building something that we don't need. And because we are behind on those, and it'll be a while before we really are up on proper production of Panzer 3s and Panzer 4s. But we will start out doing that now. Okay, we already have 2 of those. Do we have any trucks? No. We want to build a truck. No artillery. We want to build a little bit of those, because those build fast. And let's build another light. I know we had a couple. A light aircraft factory, and then we'll get back to building some more of these. Okay, oil, time to get another oil in from Iran. There we go. Okay, civil industry plan has happened. Let's do light walls. After light walls, or light fort, west wall, light fort. Panzer 2, light armor. How many days is that? 14, so maybe. And then we can come down here and do this. We could come in for AM division speed, army organization, but actually, you know, we should have changed that earlier on. He's not as good, but he's better for this time period because divisions train faster. Mentioning that, we have 4 infantry divisions going through training, a mountain and a armored. There we go. Correct ground support, good. We can't do that yet. Damn, I'm sort of hoping for that. Well, let's do this. Okay, and we're going to pause there to end the episode. I want to thank all of you for watching. I want to thank you for liking the videos. If you haven't already, subscribe to the channel. And, of course, please post tips, questions, suggestions, whatever. Love hearing from you. Just different way of playing. So, see you next time. As I continue training, that's for a little while. I got a couple of things I want to maybe do before that time, but it's coming up quick. That's mostly what these episodes are. Hearts of Iron 4 is going to be is training for this. So, see you back for more Hearts of Iron.